different way so that so yes, he has been elected by the people of the country, and so what should be his duty? Duty is to do the best for the people of his country. Now, in Eastern wisdom, we say whether you like it or not, but you have to do what you should be doing. What is right and good, you should be doing. What is right and good? Good for the country. As an executive head, so that becomes the nitya karma. That becomes the nitya karma. But now we have also to understand what is preventing us not to do the nitya karma. My selfish interest, my desires, my craving. So go back slowly. I'm taking you to a very interesting journey. And all the anxiety drops down. So I asked the question that what is preventing me? I wake up in the morning. Take a pragmatic example, practical. So I wake up in the morning and I have an extreme pain in the head. My duty is to give a lesson. What should I do? I will continue to remain in the house. I have to give an online session. And then my mind says, oh, it has giving a lesson and headache are two different things. So if I postpone and cancel the session, it is not fair enough. So let me give the lesson. So I did not choose my preference, but in some exceptional circumstances, we change it. That too is possible. That too is possible. But now, Master says, all these are tools to understand, and once you understand, you rise in awareness. Now, let us go a little deeper. You wake up in the morning and you have a headache. From where it is coming? It is coming from prarabdha, the past impression, all the accumulated impression. So, prarabdha has many factors. What is the prarabdha? My master used to say that what is in your prarabdha, you will definitely get it. Nobody can stop it. And if you don't have in the prarabdha, whatever the work you do it will not happen. You already understand little bit of Mahabharata, Kauravas and Pandava. Arjuna was on the side of Pandava, and Kauravas, Duryodhana was the cousin, enemy of the Arjuna. Duryodhan did the Nitya Karma which is wrong, one, which is sinful, two, which all the actions of the Duryodhana came from jealousy, hatred, likes, and dislikes. He did his karma. What was his karma? He tried to kill Pandavas at least 5 or 6 times. But every time they were saved. So I may have a wrong notion that I'm doing a Nitya Karma. How to understand that? Simple way. If I get into anxiety while doing the Nitya Karma, there is some problem. I have to contemplate, I have to reflect on it, and I'm able to maintain my calmness, no problem. No issue. So now we have extracted the two factors. It means I'm aware inside, calmness is inside, attitude in the mind is not of a doer, not of a false ego, is not there. That is what happened with the Duryodhana. Understand this, Nitya Karma is very important. Our tradition says that we should respect our parents. That is the tradition in Eastern wisdom. Normally we go and touch their feet every day in the morning as long as the parents are with us and we seek their blessing. You have to be very, very clear about these concepts. But what happened with the Prahlad? There was another young boy who was prevented by his father to meditate. But I'm respecting my parents, should I stop it? Answer is no. He did not stop it. He continued it. He was thrown out of the palace. He went to the forest and he continued his journey of meditation. He was awakened. He realized, so-called, that is the story that he realized the God, and ultimately God saved him. My Nitya Karma towards my wife, my husband, so the Eastern wisdom says, no, we should have a mutual self-respect, mutual respect to each other. We should take care of each other. We should respect each other. We should have a harmony and happiness. But if there is a if, what is right and good is prevented, I should leave. Very clear. Why? My goal is real self. My goal is not husband or a wife. But only if I am a seeker. I am not living for the sake of pleasure. I am not living for the sake of my preferences. No. Ram, you already know Ramayana. Ram. Ram returned to the kingdom after 14 years of forest. He killed Ravana. Rama became a king. So as a king, his Nitya Karma is different. As a husband, his Nitya Karma is different. They both have to clash each other. So, that is why Ramayana is also considered very important, because it teaches you practically what exactly, how we have to live our life. So now the people started whispering against Sita. What is the whisper? Oh, at least for 6 months, Sita was living in the kingdom of Ravana. So there must be something going on. And why the Rama accepted the Sita? The citizen of that Ayodhya or the kingdom of the Rama is full of these gossips. Now comes the Nitya Karma towards husband and Nitya Karma towards the king, towards the kingdom. What should I do? So now the Sita was also doing the Nitya Karma. She told Rama that what she told, that I have to do my Nitya Karma, and people are blaming you, complaining you, it is not fair and good enough, so let me go to the forest. Let me leave the kingdom. Rama in the beginning said that how can you leave the kingdom? We have been living together. We promised each other to live together. But if you decide so, I will take the entire blame on me that I have thrown you out of the kingdom. So both have done the Nitya Karma, and ultimately Sita started living in the forest and the Rama continued the kingdom. And all the gossip stopped. I will not compare Modi with the Rama, but Modi has left his wife. Left his wife. He doesn't allow his wife to come to the Prime Minister office. He doesn't live. He lives alone. He doesn't talk about it. He says country is first. My country is first. My responsibility is first. And even though being a prime minister, you are an executive head. She is still working as a primary school teacher. She lives in one-bedroom apartment. He doesn't meet her. Even he doesn't meet her. He has not met her for the last almost 15 years. Because otherwise the reporters might have reported. I'm not comparing, but that commitment, if you have a commitment, you know what to do and how to do it. People have raised eyebrows, and now it is totally calm. Modi knows this entire journey of the Eastern wisdom. He lived with many masters. Anyhow, so one is between the husband and the wife, other is the son and the father. So even the Eastern wisdom teaches that you have to do the Nitya Karma, you have to respect, you have to adore, but it is conditional. I have to check, I have to be there. So that is why this Mangala Charan is very important. When I say Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahi. So every day you just wake up in the morning, either if you can chant it good, if you just translate into your own language and you say to yourself, and then why we do that, so that the mind is ready to do the Nitya Karma during the day. My first Nitya Karma is Mangala Charan and the mantra. So first line it says protection by the existence. It may protect you, it may protect me. So I can say it may protect my family, my community, my nation, and together. That protection, that idea, that thought, that feeling should be there in the mind. Why we are doing this? Because we want to change this mind. We are using this mantra as a tool. So it should not become a ritual. It should become a tool. There is another story between the son and the old parents. It's a very famous story, again coming from the Eastern wisdom. The parents became old, and this guy, whose son is bachelor, single, and he found that I should not marry and I should take care of my parents. And ultimately, I don't have enough money. So his parents desired that why don't you take us both to pilgrimage to different places of worship. So he used to carry on a cart both his parents. So now you see the Nitya Karma totally becomes different. In one case, the Prahlad left his parents. He did not obey him because parents told him not to worship God but worship me because he was a great king. So that kind of an attitude and a behavior we can find in our family, in our relationship. We have to understand, we have to contemplate and reflect. We have not to take action against others. We have to change our mental perception. But at the same time, we say, let both be protected. So I just gave you another so that you can remember. First, remember the acronym. Acronym is GROWS. GROWS. So first line of the mantra is protection. G means guarding, guard. Guard represents the protective aspect of the spiritual journey. It reminds us to safeguard our practice. Why safeguard our practice? How you can safeguard the practice by doing the Mangalacharan? You wake up in the morning, you had some reaction against your honey yesterday. Now you wake up in the morning and your mind thinks about it. I have to guard myself from those thoughts. How I guard my thoughts? Let both be protected. So normally people take this Mangala, oh, this is the mantra, let me repeat it intellectually. No. I say it, I assimilate and digest, and I look inside my attitude and the state of the mind. Yesterday I had, that was my fault, but today the same fault is being repeated. I want to keep the mind totally free. Let both be protected. I don't have an ill will against, because having an ill will, it has to do with the jealousy and hatred, and the mind will continue to wander throughout the day. It will cause more problem. It will prevent you to do the Nitya Karma. So guard. G means you have to guard. This involves protecting our mind from the negative influences and maintaining boundaries. I have to just create a boundary in my mind. I remember in India that guy told me that I'm going to leave the wife, and I recognize the wife is not able to maintain her livelihood. She does not have a job. So in India, we already know the wife is totally dependent on the husband. So when this husband told me that I have to leave, and I could find out his ego is too much. Now I'm earning, so I'm doing it, and let her go to the hell. So when I say this, I'm going to suffer in future. Because it is not Nitya Karma. Very practical examples, So I said, first 7 days we will practice meditation. On the 8th day, I will talk about your divorce. I said, he is already angry and agitated. If I just tell him about the Nitya Karma, he is not going to listen to me, he will leave me. 7 days he did it. Now I'm totally relaxed. I can change my mind if my wife understands and follows what I said. I said, yes, I got the clue now. I said, why you focus on your wife? Why you focus on? What should I do? What is best thing to do? Do you go to the temple to give donations and give food? Oh yes, every Saturday I go there. Okay, include your wife also there, as if you are supporting one human being. Is there a need to divorce? Is she cooking the food? Yes. Is she serving you the food? Yes. But she does not understand. I said, forget about it. You understand. You do your nitya karma. Then I explained. And now they are still living together. They have 3 kids. So later on, he told me they are about 15, 10 and something like this. So he told me that if I had left, I should have a lot of problems. So Nitya Karma saves us. Nitya Karma definitely saves us from these challenges. So first I guard, and then comes R, G-R. R means the relish. Relish means the harmony, means the peace. It captures the essence of enjoying the spiritual journey in spite of lot of challenges outside. Can you tell me any human being who is 100% happy, including Bill Gates and Elon Musk? So those challenges are always there. And those challenges are opportunities for a seeker who is performing the Nitya Karma, then why to worry? Oh, thank you, God. So at least, and small problems in others' life, she even doesn't care. She even doesn't give a cup of coffee. I said, why don't you go to the kitchen and prepare it? That is what is happening in the Western world. They, the couple normally contribute. If she does it, thank you for it. And if she doesn't do it, double thank you, because now I will be independent. So I teach and educate the mind to be happy, not to be influenced by the outer circumstances, events, people, relations, and things. That will make the mind pure. So that is another part of the Nitya Karma. That is another rule of the Nitya Karma. We have to. So the two parts, guarding. Sahana vavatu, sahana bhunaktu. Second part, relish, enjoyment, harmony. Sahaviryam karvavahi, operation. Operate means that I act. Now I translate my ideas, my thought into an action. So I need an energy. I preserve lot of energy by not entering into likes and dislikes, hatred and jealousy. That is one set of preservation of energy. And second is that, now see, it's very important. Third line of this, Sahana Sahaviryam Karvavahi. So I simply translated in the beginning that I have a tremendous intellectual. My intellect is highly aware, I'm fully aware, full of energy. I pay attention to the details. Yes. Nitya Karma, I should remember what I'm going to do. So there I'm going to do, I have a finer details of what I'm going to do. Whether in family life, whether in personal life, whether in professional life, social life. So, Sahaviryam Karvavahi. What is happening, that I will talk later, but I'm giving you an idea. So when I focus on the activity and the karma, I lose focus on the attachment to the karma. One. I also lose focus on the result of that action. Again, my famous story from my master comes. One guy made a planning and he projected his profit to be $100,000, but he got only $50,000 and he said that he lost $50,000. That is what happens when we are looking for the fruits of action. That is definitely going to happen. I projected. So this I is false I is there. That false I is doing the karma. I forget the nitya karma. I could see Elon Musk because he did not study Eastern wisdom, but one thing that I heard him from his couple of interviews, and writer Walter, someone wrote his biography. So indirectly, if I say unconsciously, if I say habitually, he is doing one part of the nitya karma. The second part was that ego part. He missed it because he did not learn the Eastern wisdom. What is the first part? I was amazed, surprised. Just I give you the example. He went to Russia to start his SpaceX program. So he wanted the used rocket so that he could renovate it. And he could add the part and he can start his SpaceX program. The Russians were doubled the price. He returned. And then he started working about it. He didn't know anything about the space in the rocket. Then he broke into the parts. He invited the experts. And those experts who had worked in the NASA, who says that you cannot make this part without spending $100,000. He keep on questioning those experts. He continued questioning until that expert reduced the price that it can be done in $50,000. You are right. No, again he questioned. He reduced the price to $20,000. He said, okay, first part. He did the same thing. And the rest is the history. He reduced the price of that SpaceX to almost 1/5 of the cost. But then comes his prarabdha. He failed in 4 ventures. He lost a lot of money. But he wanted to succeed in the 5th reusable rocket. He can land the rocket again to the ground. So what I learned from him, that he is questioning, his intellect is questioning, no, I have to understand. His mind is only absorbed into action. Ego is left out. He left the fruit of an action. He failed 4 times. Obviously, now he is the richest guy, so even if he brags and he has a big ego, it's a part of the material life. But he succeeded in the mission of the space. He succeeded in Tesla. Ford Ford Motors in 1930s could sell what is Model T Ford car. Yeah. In 10 years, he could sell 500,000 car, Ford Motors. That he sold in 3 years. So, what was learning? Because of his prarabdha, past karma, he learned that. He kept on questioning. Now, on the top of it, when he broken up the cost and understood the entire journey of this space program, so all the engineers and the experts said it will take 1 year. No, you have to complete in 6 months. So these experts said, it will take this much, it will take this many days, it will take this many days, reduce it to 3 days, do like this. Definitely. You should appreciate this guy. Leave aside his exposure to the world, the way he presents himself as a human being, but internally he is a great guy. Not only he attends to the details, he understands. What details? By the intellect. Same intellect has to do the nitya karma. Now I'm talking, compare this. I'm going to do this. Yes, I have to do this, nitya karma. So you focus on the details. The more you focus on the details and get rid of that ego, so your attitude had changed. You're not worried about the result. 4 times he failed. Can you imagine? Millions of dollars wasted. But then he succeeded. Then he put by the reusable launch satellite vehicle, he launched more than, I think, 3,000 to 4,000 satellites of more than 100 countries. Not only he recovered the cost, but he became a billionaire. What a great. And he said, no, I want to say, he says, no, I want to tell everyone that everything is possible by the human race. I don't see the bleak picture in the future. I see a grand, beautiful picture in the future. Oh, you're talking of climate change? No. You see that Tesla car is sold in 3 years more than 500,000, and then a revolution came. Then what he said also caught my attention. That is again a part of the nitya karma. That is the part of the Eastern wisdom. He kept all the complex robotic machine which creates the Tesla car in the open source. Normally, you innovate something, Mercedes and BMW, they run after the patent organization. They want a patent, so at least for 5-6 years, no other car manufacturer can use it. He kept it open source. Well, you want to build it. It's an open challenge. That is what the Eastern wisdom is. Everything is written. Everything is present in the text. Do you want to follow? Follow it. I started comparing and I was totally absorbed. It was 1 hour interview and I said, oh, this is something great. So Tejasvinavadhitamastu, that is the operating. No, fourth part. Tejasvinavadhitamastu, the wisdom. First you grow, guard, you have protected from all the negative thoughts. Do you find a bad future of the humanity? Interviewer asked. He said, no, I see a grand picture. Well, how can you see a grand picture? So he said, I opened already a gigafactory for the solar cells. So people will follow suit. People will copy it, maybe in a different way because of their creativity. I loved him. In that respect, I loved him. Quite interesting fellow. So, guard. So he protected himself. You see, he did not learn the Eastern wisdom, but he protected himself from all the negative feeling. No, possible. I will make it possible. And he made it possible. Do you know? He created the PayPal by a different name. Yeah. What a great guy in that. So grow, relish, I have done. And GRO, operate, I have done. And then operate, grow, W. W is the wisdom. So this is the process of constantly contemplating and reflecting. What he says that, I just want, his biographer says that he goes into the details. And for that, even he doesn't sleep for a couple of days, but he has to go to the details. I don't know if the rumor is true. He will kill all the car manufacturers. If the rumor is true. When I say if, that means I still have a doubt. He is already a trillionaire. He has $1 trillion. Only in Tesla. Forget about the other ventures. He has 5-6 ventures. So there is a rumor that he's going to manufacture Tesla car sedan, which cost only $7,000. So 3 months ago, I browsed on the internet, where is Tesla website? So let me book one. Look at it. If the rumor is true, I don't know how he will do it. But he may do it. Wisdom grows. Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvisha vahe. He kept everything open source. What I'm doing, it's open. Let anybody take it. Vidvisha vahe. So we say you should not have a jealousy against anyone. So I looked from that angle that he is following this. Oh, that's why he has a material success. What a great way. It just came to me. Then Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti to the known world, Shanti to the unknown world, and Shanti within me. That part he is missing. Obviously, I don't know. Like Steve Jobs, he may go to India and to some Himalayas, and then he will start doing meditation. He will recognize, like a Steve Jobs did it. So why I explained you the entire story, never leave this Shanti mantra, or you pick up any Shanti, Sarve Bhavantu, or you pick up the same thing. You can apply the same principle the way Elon Musk did in Asato Ma Satyagamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Asato Ma Satyagamaya. So he said, no, this part will cost $100,000. He said it is false. Let me go through it. I will translate like this. I will translate like this. Oh, yes, false. What you said. No, he did it, $100,000 10 years ago. Ah, wait. How he did it? Which part? How it cost? From where it is available? How you can mold it? Oh, the 10 people is required. He said, okay, I will create a robot to create this. Once I create a robot, so it will create that part. So the cost will be 10 times lower. My goodness. So you can even apply asatoma, satyagamaya, tamasoma, jyotirgamaya. So by constant contemplation and reflection, your intellect leaves the negative part, jealousy part, impurities, and it starts moving, exploring what is the best. That becomes the nitya karma in life. I teach the same principle differently to 5, 6, or 7 groups of people. I used to teach long back. Also, this is the group, how I have to teach. What kind of a group it is? Are they struggler? I have to teach differently. Are they explorer? They are well to do. Their main goal is the spiritual journey. They want to be a seeker. I have to teach it differently. But then there is a third category where they say, oh, can I get more material benefit out of meditation? I have to teach them differently. So basically 3 groups of the people we covered in the beginning from Vichar Saga. From Vichar Saga. So now come to so once we have done the Mangalacharan, my mind has digested that understanding and the knowledge, and now the master is asking, are you ready and competent? Intellect says, yes. Yes, I am. But tell me what makes me competent. Go back again to the story of this great entrepreneur, Elon Musk. What makes you competent and ready? One simple answer Master gives, that you should keep in your mind there should be a self, remembering that there is a real self which transcends all the suffering. It is of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. Is it possible? And the seeker returns again and he says, no, it is blocked by my forgetfulness. So Master wants the seeker to understand experientially what exactly is the impurity of the mind. Oh, forgetfulness is impurity. You fell into sleep, that is also the impurity of the mind. Your mind, your intellect was wandering somewhere. Bring it back. Bring it back. And then the master seeker returns. When I bring it back and I see the false does not exist. Oh, you have learnt what is viveka. First you have separated false from the real. And now you see the false does not exist. Separation is viveka. And the false does not exist is vairagya. I'm making it very simple. Look at it. So I'm constantly understanding what is false. I'm constantly understanding what is real. You told me, teacher, that the real is unchanging. It is permanent. It remains the same. And you also told me that I'm not creating the real self. So when I enter into this journey of this self-discovery, I have to leave the mind that I have to create the wealth in the material world. I have that notion. So I have to get rid of this. I have to contemplate and reflect. It is always there. It is still present in me. Also, the faults and the ignorance and the impurities are veiling it. That is what this guy did. He did nothing less, nothing more. So now you see that what happens. Oh, this false I have. Oh, separated. I have separated. This is for $100,000 it will cost. No, I have to find out the cost. So for one part I don't remember. He brought down the cost from $100,000 to $30,000. And on the top of it, 20 years of experience in the same profession says it will take 1 year. He says it will take 6 months. You want money, you take the money. Well, how much salary you want? You take this. Apply the same logic here. Why the hell I am into anxiety reaction? Why? Let me go and see it. And the majority of the time, the result is my mind is influenced and dictated by the world outside. I have a choice not to be influenced, not to be dictated by anything in the world. Family, people, society, community, religion. I'm not influenced. I'm free. My intellect is clear. I have to think. So that very separation, this is what the viveka is. But now I stop thinking about what is false. I stop thinking about it cost $100,000. No, I have to find out the cost. I'm just giving you another. No. Okay, I agree with you. $100,000. This is what you explained. No, I have to rethink. So I got rid of $100,000. I did not create my mind. I did not set up my mind. But then I have to do something. Intellect, contemplation and reflection. So viveka continues, and the viveka continues resulted into a dispassion. Oh, you're talking of 100,000. Now you see that? So his experts also agreed to it. Now translate, I have some form of anxiety, duality, conflict. I have to chase it until it reaches to a point where I don't have this. I'm relaxed and calm. Finished. I'm relaxed and calm. Now that state of the mind does not have an attachment. It does not have an ego. Because my focus is on doing the activity, doing the work. And I also do not have a clinging to the result. Because entire focus is there. Oh, you have to create this, you have to create this. It should cost this much only. So you have to focus on this. Your focus is so much, you forget about the fruits of the action.
So,
Nitya karma.
yeah, but nitya karma, it means that you service somebody or some group, or so you mean that when he reduced the price, he serves the people.
He's serving the people. Yes, you got something great statement you made. So he said, I have just come here to serve the people, to help people avail the opportunity what is in the nature. That is what I'm doing. Yes, he said that. So he had that awareness also. So now you see, I don't think, one guy 30 years old, and I told you a couple of times, he donates $100,000 to a charity who takes care of the orphans and the small kids. But his motivation is to save the taxes because he builds the homes that cost $10 million. And that is why I could see that he has a lot of anxiety and stress and fear and frustration. You see the link? You see the way the mind links it with it? Or the religion says that you have to offer into charity if you have more money. So that's why I'm offering the charity. And I ask them that what you have done with this money. And it also saves the taxes. It means my ego is controlling, not only while giving, but also where it is going. So you are not serving. Here you are serving. You are reducing the cost and you are bringing the latest technology. You are one or two steps ahead. NASA existed for 50 years. They never think of reusable satellite. They may have tried, but they failed and then they left it. So your focus is totally, so here your focus is, oh, false I is coming. Oh, no, I will not entertain you. And naturally it becomes a nityaka. It becomes a nityaka. I tried my best to explain these concepts differently to the different group of the people or different individuals. What happens? It's a nitya karma. So you see, but because of the past impression, Elon Musk did it, or Bill Gates did it, or other guys did it. But we belong to the mediocre group, including me. So I have to work hard. I have to follow the principles. I have to simply follow the principles. So every day you wake up in the morning and you remember the principle. Oh yes, I remember the principle. And then you follow it, you contemplate and reflect. And then you follow even the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Just continue, see that. Second day you wake up in the morning and you say, oh, your mind is complaining. I will do it first and then I will listen to your complaint. Your intellect says this. You don't wait. No, I have to do it. Come what may. And if that happens, you will see a tremendous change in your life. So, you see, you have to understand from point of view of Mangalacharan, Om Namah Shivaya Mantra Japa, in light of the Viveka Vairagya. In light of the So Viveka you are discerning, you are separating, because how? You are contemplating and reflecting. How come my mind has this thought? So a solution comes that the outer world is influencing the mind. So it can influence the mind, it cannot influence the mind. It is 100% clear to me. How? Give this mind 100 of examples. And the best example that, okay, are you reacting to this guy? Do you react in deep sleep? Do you react in anxiety? Do you have anxiety in deep sleep? No. Why you don't have it? Because the mind is not creating a delusion of this action or this person. Okay, very good. So let my mind should not create any reaction to this event, to this person. So now the attitude of the mind has changed. Right. So we should not keep this Viveka Vairagya Shatak Sampatti in the safe box only for the spirituality, but it should be applied anywhere and everywhere. You know, I'm a spiritual person. I said, I have to know what do you mean by a spiritual person? What do you mean by religious person? And what do you mean by material person? Do you see any change in attitude by claiming that you are a spiritual person? So you can give any label. You can give a label that you are the richest person. What difference it makes? So yes. So you have to just that nitya karma is coming in a different way. So that will